Welcome to another year of wellness with Santa Ana College. My name is Daniel Higuera, Assistant Professor with the Department of Fire Technology. Now the purpose of this video is to walk you step by step through how to fill out that paperwork that has been handed to you. For those who have been part of our program before, you know what our mission is for you. You know what to expect when it comes to fitness testing. And you are well aware of all the additional resources that are available to you for you to leverage, like nutritional guidance or personal training. But for some of you have never been part of our program before. So we encourage you to watch this video out thoroughly so you can get a great idea of what our program consists of and how it will benefit you and your career. So if you have been part of our program before, click on the timestamp here so you can go directly to the instructions that will walk you through the step-by-step process on how to fill out that paperwork. For those who haven't, again, we encourage you to watch this video out thoroughly so that we can get a great idea of what our program does offer, and eventually you can get to the instructions on how to fill out that paperwork that has been handed to you. So, what does our program consist of? In short, it's education, it's coaching, and the best way I can describe it, it's a race car driver. A race car driver is surrounded by a team of interdisciplinary professionals. They have one coach in specific that teaches them strategy that would allow them to perform effectively on race day. But they're also surrounded by a team of interdisciplinary professionals, someone who's responsible for the fuel, for the tires, for the engine, and for the structure of the car. And their car, they go under periodic maintenance and upgrades. And when something needs attention, it will go to the designated professional who dedicates himself to resolving that issue. The driver themselves does not have to be an expert for everything related to the car. They don't have to know in depth what goes on in the engine. They don't have to know in depth what's going on with the structure of the car. They're not expected to do in-depth research on their own to become experts in the mechanical and structural issues of their race vehicle. They have team members for that. And that's exactly how our program works. Essentially, you are the race car driver. You undergo training from your department with tactics and strategy on how to respond to medical calls, traffic collisions, and structural fires. And you are also surrounded by a team of interdisciplinary professionals, someone who has an extensive background and education in each respective role, as in nutrition, personal training, and strength and conditioning. And you're surrounded by a team of interdisciplinary professionals who all have an extensive education on how to resolve any issues that may need maintenance or attention. And in order to find out what needs maintenance or attention, we conduct the needs analysis, also referred to as fitness testing. And it's during the fitness testing that we see what you're doing a great job at and what needs a little bit more work in terms of maintenance. We test for every physical and physiological quality that supports your job performance. Similar to an NFL player, their job is to score touchdowns. Their job is not to train for speed and power and flexibility. But they need to train for speed and power and flexibility to perform their job and score touchdowns. Your job is to serve the public. Whether that's responding to medical calls, traffic collisions, or fighting fires, your job isn't training for cardiovascular and muscular endurance. But you must maintain adequate levels of cardiovascular endurance and muscular endurance to perform your job effectively and not get hurt while doing it. And that's when we come in. We will perform an ECG under resting and exercise conditions to discover any implications, if any. We will assess for muscular flexibility, muscular strength, and muscular endurance. We will conduct a pulmonary test and examine the conditions of your lungs. And lastly, we draw blood to explore your glucose, cholesterol, and triglycerides. And at your request, you will have access to registered dietitians, yoga specialists, injury prevention specialists, personal trainers certified by the Strength and Conditioning Association. And we encourage you to take full advantage of all these resources that our program does offer to you. Leverage all the resources you have available so you can improve your muscular strength, so you can gain cardiovascular endurance, and so you can get rid of nagging pains and injuries. And if you would like to participate in our program, then fill out the paperwork that has been handed to you. Let's begin. Before you fill out any of the paperwork, download the class roster and look for your name. If you participated in our program last year, you should find your name listed. If you did not, or if you're new to our program, your name will not be listed on the roster and you'll have to fill out a separate document altogether. If you found your name, continue forward and skip the following step. go directly to filling out the ad slip at the time beginning at the timestamp here. If you did not find your name, continue watching this video and you will need to fill out a new student application that looks like this. Begin by filling out your last name, first name, and middle initial. Make sure to use your full legal name and not your nickname or abbreviation. Enter your address, city, state, and zip code, followed by your phone number. You can skip Social Security and race, but make sure to enter your date of birth and your email address. For question 12, enter the number that pertains to you. The term that you are applying for is spring 2020. The academic code for 14 will be sac.un.dcnd. For 15, enter the number that pertains to you. It's usually a 1 or a 3. On the back of the page, print your last name, first name, followed by your date of birth. For 16, fill out the letter M for undecided. Enter your military status. For 19, enter the high school and all the required information, followed by the code that pertains to you. If you attended college, fill out the name of the college for question 20. For question 21, if you were born in California, enter your date of birth. If you were not born in California, enter an approximate date in which you moved to the state. For 22, answer the questions appropriately. And lastly, sign and date at the bottom. Let's begin with the ad slip. Grab your half sheet of paper and begin with your student ID. If you remember your student ID from previous years, then insert it here on the top left of the ad slip. If you do not remember your ID, then leave the space blank and we will fill it out for you. Next, fill out your last name, first name, and middle initial. Please make sure to use your full legal name. It is much easier to keep our records organized when nicknames and abbreviations are avoided. On the top right for the term, fill out SP20. It's short for Spring 20. Here, right under your first name, make sure to check off the box that reads SAC for Santa Ana College. For section number, fill out your section number of 89513. Units will be 2.0. Course title will be FAC 029 Wellness. And lastly, at the very bottom, sign and date. The completed sheet should look like this. Your student ID if you have it, if not, leave it blank. Your full legal name, Spring 20 for the term, SAC box checked off, section number 89513, units 2.0, FAC 029 Wellness for course title, and signed and dated. Now, let's move on to this sheet here called the Fitness Assessment Disclaimer. The fitness assessment offered by Santa Ana College is not a substitute for medical or professional care. The information provided should not be used in place of a visit, phone consultation, or the advice of the student's personal physician or healthcare provider. The assessment profile that you will be participating in includes a blood panel result, 12-lead resting and exercise ECG recordings, resting and exercise blood pressure measurements, and pulmonary function tests. These results are reviewed and interpreted by an exercise physiologist in order to determine the participant's fitness and exercise capacity. Please acknowledge that all results in this test process are not reviewed by a Santa Ana College doctor or medical provider. You are advised to review your results with your personal physician. For you to participate in the fitness assessment and blood draw, you must provide all the information below. No fitness or blood results will be sent to any medical provider unless requested by you with the signed release. This is not the signed release form. Now, note the asterisks. What this sheet requires is a doctor's name, city, and office number. If you know your doctor's information, this is where you would fill it out. Fill out your doctor's name. the city in which their offices are located in, and lastly their phone number. A quick Google search can help you locate the office's number. If you do not know your doctor's information, you can use your city's doctor. If you do not remember your doctor's name, you could write the medical offices that you visit. For example, you'd write Kaiser Permanente next to the doctor's name. Then you would write the city that it's located in, and lastly their phone number. Then at the very bottom, sign and date, followed by your name printed, the department you work for, and lastly a witness. Next, this is your blood requisition sheet. The blood draw will be led by Westpac Labs. On your blood rec copy, fill out your last name, first name, and middle initial. Check off the box that pertains to your gender, fill in your date of birth, and provide your phone number. Lastly, if you want a copy of your blood work forwarded directly to your doctor, fill out your doctor's name here, followed by their fax number. As a reminder, this blood draw should take place after a 12-hour fast. Water, black coffee, and black tea is okay. The blood draw dates for Pasadena Fire Department will be July 7th, July 9th, and July 17th, from 8 a.m. in the morning to 11 a.m. If you cannot make any of those blood draw dates, then take that blood requisition with you, conduct a quick Google search for any West Pacific medical labs, and then go to their labs on your own time, turn in your blood rec sheet, and have your blood draw done. It must be a Westpac medical lab. If you go to any other lab, they will still conduct the blood draw, but they will charge you the full price. The blood draw is department paid, but you do have an option to get tested for some other blood metrics. Now, you will be handed a second blood requisition sheet. This sheet is completely optional. You do not have to participate in this section of the blood rec or the blood draw. The way you differentiate between the two blood rec sheets is this one's going to read PID up in the middle of your sheet. The PID up sheet is going to be the one that is not department paid. This is the sheet that you are responsible for covering the cost. Here at the bottom of the screen, you have three options: the PSA for men over 40, hepatitis C, and then your C-reactive protein. If you're interested in one or all of these, then check the box that you're interested in, and then on the day of your assigned blood draw, bring in a check for the total amount, or if you wish to pay by credit card, follow these instructions. Call the number here on step 1. The number is 877-411-8600. And then ask for PID up payment option, not for billing. And then for step 3, just give them your first name, your last name, your date of birth, and your ordering provider information. They will then ask for your email address and then a credit card or debit card information. They will forward the receipt over to your email address for the total amount that you have agreed to. If you choose to pay by debit card or credit card, make sure to submit payment within 24 hours of your blood draw to receive the PID up discount. The way you fill out this blood rec sheet is the exact same way you filled out the previous one. Start by filling in your last name, first name, and middle initial if you have one, followed by the gender that pertains to you, your date of birth, and then lastly, your phone number. Lastly, we'll finish up with the health history questionnaire that looks like this. This form is self-explanatory. Provide all the information it asks for. If you do not know your student ID, leave it blank and we will fill it out for you. For mailing address, enter your home mailing address here. Do not forget to choose either sworn or civilian and its respective category. Next, check off the boxes that indicate any coronary risk. On the back of page 2, do not forget to answer the question that pertains to your tension or anxiety. At the bottom, read the following questions and check off either yes or no. These following questions pertain to any signs or symptoms. Check off the answer that best reflects your experiences. Page 3 continues with yes or no questions. Lastly, at the bottom of page 4, sign and date. After you're done filling out all your paperwork, you're going to organize it in the following sequence. First is going to be your ad slip, the small sheet of paper, or the admissions application. You should not have both. You're going to have one or the other. After either the ad slip or the admission application is going to be followed by your fitness assessment disclaimer, and lastly, your health history questionnaire. As a reminder, all the information that you have filled out is confidential. It is only between you and the college. This information will not be disclosed or released to your department or your doctor unless we have an authorized release form signed by you. So once you have completed all your paperwork, place all the completed paperwork in a pocket envelope, but do not include the blood rec sheet inside that envelope. You will hand the completed paperwork in the envelope over to our point of contact for the wellness program. The point of contact for the wellness program for Pasadena Fire Department is Jody Slicker. Again, the point of contact is Jody Slicker. And the blood rec sheet will be given to the phlebotomist on the day of your blood draw. So again, you will be handing in your pocket envelope over to our point of contact for our wellness program, and on that same day, you will be giving the blood rec sheet over to the phlebotomist on the day of your assigned blood draw. If you cannot attend your assigned blood draw, then give your pocket envelope with all the completed paperwork over to our point of contact for the wellness program whenever you have a chance. Now, your blood rec sheet, take that with you, Google a local Westpac Labs that is near you, and give them the blood rec sheet in order to get your blood drawn from them. Remember, it must be a Westpac lab or you will be charged the full amount. Thank you for participating in Santa Ana College Department of Fire Technology's wellness program.